finally left the stoop. Got to know myself and realized on the truth. Walked outside with a brand new dude. Man, I'm feeling brand new, new me, who you? Still kid, finally left the stoop. Got to know myself and realized on the truth. Walked outside with a brand new dude. Man, I'm feeling brand new, new me,
Hey yo,
who you?
welcome to my show.
Another sky, mean the blessing come.
Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Izaiel, you guys. I'm in here and I'm talking about this new song. I do react to some country. I like country. I do like country, y'all. I am a country head too. I love country. You know, my grandma had me hooked on country from when I was a baby. You know, my favorite back in the day, what my favorite was Garth Brooks and Shania Twain was our two favorites. That's who we like. And then the Dixie Chicks came and like took over for us for a while. But now the new one, I love me some Morgan, y'all. Morgan, he has really, I love me some Morgan I was about to say Aldean because I'm thinking of Jason Aldean. I don't know who Jason Aldean is, but everyone's talking about this song that he does that says "Don't try it in a small town." And I'm from a small town, so I want to know we talking about "Don't try." What he got talking about? "Don't try." What's going on? All I do know is I did hear some stuff about Jason Aldean is the actual artist that was performing during the mass shooting that happened in Las Vegas. Rest in peace to all the families that lost somebody in that crazy situation that happened there. And I heard he was the guy that everybody was on stage listening to. So I wonder for him as an artist, I would love to ask him that. Like, how does how does that make him feel as like an artist to, to know that he was targeting your fans? Like, why was he targeting? I don't know. Was he targeting their fans or what? Why did it have to be his event that they went to? You know what I mean? That's what I was just so confused on. Why it's so what he's actually talking about. So this is Jason Aldean. I kind of lost myself for a second. I was kind of confused. Something got text, and I was like, oh. Yeah, but I'm back. What up? So this is Jason Aldean. Try that in a small town.
Somebody on the sidewalk, carjacking old lady at a red light. Pull a gun on the owner of a liquor store. You think it's cool, act a fool if you like. Cuss out a cop, spit in his face, stomp on the flag and light it up. Yeah, you think it's tough. Try that in a small town. See how far you make it down the road.
Okay, I like the song. The song is good. Because I get what he's saying, and the message of the song is good. I did when I saw. I looked down. I had to look down and see what the controversy part was. Okay, so the controversy is what they're saying is where he filmed it at, and I guess that's where I have to look more into it. I guess it was at some place where some people got murdered or lynched, or I don't know. I have to. I'm trying to see from me just watching it without people's input. Is he saying like try Black Lives Matter in a small town? Is that what everybody's saying? So okay, so I get where he's coming from. It's like you gotta look at both sides of the story of what coming from. I understand why everybody else is mad because it's kind of feeling like he's basically saying try all this type of stuff in a small town where a lot of times the stuff that they're fighting for is stuff that a lot of the stuff that they are fighting for are things that we need to bring to light. So I understand why people are mad that he used the footage of that. But I do understand his song too, because I'm from a small town, and a lot of this type of stuff we never had to deal. Growing up, I did not have to, until I moved to Chicago, I did not have to deal with like burglary, burglars. I didn't have to deal with burglars. We didn't have to deal with any robberies. We didn't have to deal with carjacking. I never know what that type of stuff was. We saw it on the news, but we never really. In a small town, you know everybody. So if that happens, you know, we at your door. You know what I'm saying? So I guess that is what he's meaning by the small town. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times in a small town, it's a lot different. The community is a lot different, and there's actual community of where you know people. When you're in a bigger city, like I went from when I went to college, I went to just a little bit bigger than us. It's a lot bigger than us. This is in Peoria, and it's completely different. Like you go to west side, east side of town, you don't know anybody on those sides of towns. In our town, you know everybody on the west side, everybody on the south side, everybody on the east west town, the middle, everywhere. You know everybody in the entire town. You even know people on the outskirts of the town. You know, that's how small town we was. So what he is saying is like, you know, all that stuff that happens, he's not used to it, because a lot of us are not used to it. But what I do understand where everybody else is coming from in the way of why they're mad is because of the footage that he's using. He's using footage. He shouldn't have used that footage as. He should have sang that song in front of that thing, because it was a good video. I mean, good that. So he added that stuff in here because it's kind of like bringing that back to light. Like that stuff that we trying to pass, right? You know, everybody always say, you know, history, forget about, you know what I'm saying? So we try to pass that. So, you know, let's get past that and let's not bring that back to light. So that is the reason why I know a lot of people are mad, because it's kind of like he's showing back light to the Black Lives Matter, of the fight, of the Floyd, of the George Floyd, of all the killings that has happened. You know what I'm saying? They're spitting in the face of some of the officers, because you guys, everyone knows there are some crazy officers out here. And you guys know there are some crazy officers, but there are some amazing officers that are out here to protect and to, you know, make sure they secure and make sure they're doing their job. They're out here to do their job, but there are some dirty cops, and everyone knows that. Everyone knows there's some dirty cops, or just dirty people in general. There's good people and there's bad people. Good people become presidents. Good people become cops. Bad people become presidents, and bad people become cops. Bad people become everything. They come in all sizes and shapes and colors. So you know, that's the thing that sucks with this whole camaraderie of everything, is you got good people and bad people, you know. But race does, you know, help in a kind of different thing, because a lot of people looks at a race as the bad without even giving us a second of thinking as if that we're good people in general. They automatically look at us like, oh, he's bad because he's black. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm not bad. I'm good. Hey, you know what I mean? But I wanted to talk about that. That was Tried in a Small Town. You know what I'm saying? His name is Steve Alden. I know that was a big controversy song. I like it. I like the song. The video I didn't like. I didn't like the footage. But everything else, I mean, I get why he uses the footage, but he didn't have to use the George Floyd footage and the stuff of the Black Lives of what, you know what I mean? He should just use all these crazy videos of people in the club and spitting on cops, and I don't know. Because it's so hard to live in this country for some of us, you know what I mean? And I don't think people realize that. And a lot of times people are just fighting. They're fighting to be heard. A lot of people are just fighting to get their voices heard, because a lot of times our voice does go on. You know, we get silenced, you know, so a lot of times they make a ruckus. They make a ruckus to get our voices heard, to be able to say something, you know what I mean? And a lot of times it's not in the right way, but the thing is, it gets heard. So that's the reason why a lot of people go that crazy. And, you know, it happened both ways, because that, you know what I'm saying? Because he needed to put the capital thing in there too. That's what I think a lot of people was mad too. He put all that in there, but he didn't put pushing in the capital. You know, are you gonna try that in a small town? You know, like You got to put everything in there, and that's just all it is. You can't pick and choose what you put in if you're putting all that stuff in there. You got to put it all out there. You know what I mean? Put it all out there. Don't pick just that one, that one targeted group. You got to do it all. Try all that in a small town. You know what I'm saying? Because pushing through capitals or pushing through, courtrooms and stuff like that, you shouldn't try that stuff either. That's not right. You know what I'm saying? That ain't right. But you guys, this is Izaiel. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, share, and comment. Tell me what y'all think below. I know it might be a little controversy because a lot of people are really mad about this, but I'm just a guy that's not trying to be negative, but I do have something to say. You know what I'm saying? But this is Izaiel, and I'm out. Bye.
Kid finally left the stoop. Got to know myself and realized on the truth. Walked outside with a brand new dude. Man, I'm feeling brand new. New me, who you? Still kid finally left the stoop. Got to know myself and realized on the truth. Walked outside with a brand new dude. Man, I'm feeling brand new. New me, who you? Another scar mean the blessing coming, baby. Yeah, another scar mean the blessing coming, baby. Let's go. 1, 2, blessings on my shoes.